Autobiography and Its Characteristics by Jordan Hudson. Outline of presentation. Title and introduction. Description. Differentiation from other writing forms. Origin. Types, which include thematic, religious, intellectual, fictionalized. And conclusion and bibliography. What is an autobiography? An autobiography is a self-written account of one's life. Unlike a journal or diary writing, this type of writing is usually done at one point in someone's life, instead of it being a series of writings. An autobiography can also be closely associated with a memoir. The difference between the two is that when someone would write a memoir, that it reflects less on themselves and more on the others around them, whereas with autobiographies, the writer focuses more on themselves. Where did autobiographies come from? There are a few scattered examples of autobiographical writing in antiquity, ancient past, and the Middle Ages. In the 2nd century BC, the Chinese classical historian by the name of Sima Qin wrote a brief account of himself in the Siqi, or historical records. The word autobiography was first used by William Taylor in 1797. The next recorded use of autobiography was in its present sense used by Robert Southey in 1809. Types of autobiographies. An autobiography may be placed into one of four very broad types: thematic, religious, intellectual, and fictionalized. A thematic autobiography is a description and recounting of the life of the subject, but with an overarching emphasis on some other issue. The concept of thematic autobiography is a type of writing that doesn't stick to facts alone, but seeks to incorporate facts improving a predetermined point of view. A religious autobiography is a genre of nonfiction prose that dominated Protestant writing during the 17th century, particularly in England, particularly that of dissenters. It usually talks about a sinful youth, followed by the writer finding God and becoming a Christian. An intellectual autobiography is a way to reflect on your achievements, challenges, successes, failures, and important decisions. This type of autobiography is mostly used when talking about events in history. A fictionalized autobiography is a form of novel using autofiction techniques, or the merging of autobiographical and fictive elements. The literary technique is distinguished from an autobiography or memoir by the stipulation of being fiction. Names and locations are often changed, and events are often recreated to make them more dramatic, but the story still bears a close resemblance to that of the author's life. Events may be exaggerated for different purposes. In conclusion, autobiographies are a great source for educating people on what it was like during the writer's time period. It gives an accurate account of events while also giving the writer's personal touch. From this, we can also account for what the writer was thinking about during these events. Whether it be Benjamin Franklin writing about his inventions or Revolutionary War events, to Charlie Chaplin and his life being a 20th century filmmaker during the Great Depression.